Continuing on with iconic Steven Spielberg this week, I watched the movie Jaws. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to watch horror films until October, and then I was going to do a whole bunch of them for you. But in my defense, I didn't realize this was a horror film. I knew it was in the book. I saw that it was playing in the theater, and I didn't check to see what section it was in. And it's a horror film. Who knew? I actually thought I'd already seen this movie and was super surprised to know that I hadn't. It was from 1975. I've seen tons of scenes from it. I know what happens. I watched the first scene and immediately was like, I don't think I've seen this movie before. And then I talked myself back into thinking I had seen the movie, but just forgot what the opening scene was. And then the movie continued on, and I was more and more in shock that I had never seen this movie. This is the first time, and it was really good. It lives up to the hype. It stands the test of time. There's so many good things to talk about. In the book, it talks about how the score was done by John Williams. So it says in this book there's 3 Academy Awards that were won. So Best Film Editing, Best Score, and Best Sound. And totally believe that this should have won those Oscars. I don't know who they were up against, but you don't even see the shark for the first section of the movie. All you hear is the score, some ripples in the water, and then some missing people in aftermath. Don't get me started on the fact the second victim was that cute dog, because when I saw that dog swimming, I was so, don't make that dog the victim, but he did. The dog died again. Another movie with dead dogs in it. Things that I noticed about this movie. 1, at the start, the chief is talking on the phone in his kitchen, but there's a receiver on the wall right in front of him. So what is going on there? Is there a reason why he has 2 phones? Is this a movie mistake, or does he have 2 lines because one's for the police and one's for his home phone? Can anybody explain that to me? Does anybody know the reasoning why he has 2 phones in his kitchen? Or is it something that was just overlooked by the filmmaker? Let me know. The next thing that I want to talk about is how hilarious it is when the shark pulls that whole dock off and attacks those fishermen. I know I shouldn't be laughing at an attack, but they seem like tools that weren't the sharpest in the shed, if you know what I mean. And the fact that the shark just rips the whole dock off and then is like going after them, and there's swimming, it's so suspenseful. And again, you still haven't seen the shark. It's really amazing what they do with just the music and the sound and with this filmmaking. It's really impressive. What I love about this movie is, 1, how big the shark is when you do see it. They say it's 25 feet and 3 tons. Imagine how huge that is. And it's scary. The way that it jumps on the back of the boat, the way it swims up to the boat, how much you see it. You don't even see it that much. And when you do see it, you really feel the fear. Like, there's no way I would be getting into that cage that Richard Dreyfuss gets into. No way. And the fact that they're paying this guy $10,000 to catch the shark, and the police chief is the one that's doing all the chumming of the water and this gross work is so hilarious. And then there's another point in the movie where the police chief brings out his handgun and tries to shoot at the shark. And I just thought to myself, talk about bringing a handgun to a harpoon fight. Like, that handgun is not going to do anything. Here's a side note about the mayor. How terrible was he? He was pushing and pushing for the beaches to still be open. Imagine being in that situation. You're new to town. It's your first summer as a police chief. You have the mayor and all these business owners pushing you and telling you can't do it. You don't want to make the wrong move. You've got so much pressure. You don't want to be ostracized by the community. You don't really know what the threat is in the water. And there's a real threat on land from this mayor and these business owners. That's a really, really tough decision to make. And I feel really sorry for the police chief, and I feel really, really sorry for that woman whose boy was killed after they already knew the shark was in the water. She does a great job of conveying her pain and her anger, and it's a really, really sad situation. And I just kept thinking to myself, imagine if that mayor was your mayor during COVID. This mayor really, really aggravated me and really didn't look out for the safety of the people. And I was really mad at him throughout the whole film. Here we go. I'm going to talk about the ending. The boat getting completely smashed by the shark and him going up on the back end and eating the ship captain is amazing. Never thought the ship captain would have been the one to get it from the shark. Number one, I thought it would have been one of the other, if anyone was going to die, it was going to be one of the other two guys. And the way that he dies and just gets slowly eaten by the shark, epic, epic death scene. Only topped and followed by the epic, epic shark death scene. The way that they blow up the shark and they show that like wide shot of all the pieces going up in the ocean, it was visually stimulating. I loved it. And then they finish off by like paddling in. I'm sure everyone has seen that scene. That's one of the ones that I had seen. So the two of them, the two yellow buoys paddling back into shore. It's, again, I can't believe I had not seen this movie. I really thought I had and didn't. It's so good though. If you're liking my opinions and you're liking about hearing which movies are in this book of the 501 must-see movies, please continue to watch my videos, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate the support. I love hearing from you. Give me a comment. And of course, we've come to the point where I'm going to probably start wearing repeat outfits because there's 501 movies, but I don't have 501 outfits. So look forward to that, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a great time.